Hello, Pale One. Welcome to your reading. It's nice to have you here. All right, so let's get started. So you got Jane Austen. I was already getting a very uprighteous kind of vibe to you when I was, pulling out your cards. So that's funny that that's there because although I haven't read the Jane Austen, books, I did grow up. I don't really remember them. But anyway, uh I'm just getting that you have a very righteous I know my knowledge and I know my facts, and you're not gonna tell me otherwise. You can't convince me, and I'm solid in who I am. How would I word that better? I don't know, you don't need anybody to tell you who you are, or I don't know, you just don't seek validation from outside of yourself. So that's why people fall in love with you. Like you remind people of an old soul who just instantly makes others fall in love with them, because you're kind of like, I don't need anybody to complete me. Who do you think you are, thinking that that you can tell me yes or no, or that this is right or wrong? I just get a sense of like, you tell me I can't do it, well, I'm gonna do it. You tell me that, because of my gender, that I shouldn't be doing this or that, well, then I'm gonna fucking do it just to prove you wrong, or just to make fun of you. Because there's a playful nature to you with this hyena. It says dare to be different. So with this hyena oracle card here, I am getting, though, that you are like kind of old soul vibes, and you have this righteous nature to you. You do like teasing people in a sense. Almost like you like to control the situation if you know that, I don't know, I feel like if someone gets on your nerves, you use all of your power to benefit you, and you're not afraid to make fun of others or humiliate them. Like, I feel like you radiate like, know your fucking place before you get burned, that kind of energy. And not gonna lie, that turns on people. That makes them want to be, part of your world instead of your enemy. Some people like fantasize about being your frenemy, or something about frenemy. Okay, I'm getting in my head that they would just want to be your frenemy if they can't be, your friend or someone part of your world anymore. Because I feel like once you get offended by someone, or they offend you, I feel like you're quick to be like, no more chances, bye. You know what I mean? So people are like, let me be your frenemy. Like, I want to keep presenting myself in front of you and see what you do to me. So yeah, I feel like you have people who you've, put in their place, still like fantasizing about you, or kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe so and so put me in my place. Like, I can't get them off my mind. I feel like people get obsessed with you, because I'm hearing sticky icky. I feel like people fantasize about like doing pranks on you, and then putting you in your place, or humiliating you. Because when I heard sticky icky, I got like a scene playing in my head. That's it's like, that I don't know if you guys know this, but there's like a door prank that when people open it, paint falls on them. So something like that. People fantasize about being mean to you like that, or bullying you. I don't know, like just like treating you like a peasant. I feel like in my head. I mean, that's what I heard in my head, a peasant. Um, so people fall in love with you because, yeah, you just have this very righteous, sturdy, solid personality, and people are like, oh my God. And then I heard your eyes are just so beautiful, so soulful. um something about your eyes, that your eyes are the window to your soul. Like, some people have eyes where, they look into, someone looks into their eyes, and then they kind of see a reflection, while I say, for others, people have eyes that, reflect other people's personalities or something, and then they see something inside of them within a person. And for you, it's the opposite. People look into your eyes and they see you in your eyes, very clear. You have no fake energy to you. You are who you are, and you're not afraid to like put yourself out there and be like, yeah. I feel like you even own up to your mistakes, and this is why people can't humiliate you, hence why they fantasize, and then also why they end up falling in love with you. I just feel like you have a very old school vibe to you. Maybe you are into, dressing up like the girls in like the 1800s or something, or I don't know, maybe you just are into, or not just girls, because, I'm talking to hopefully I'm talking to some guys here too. But or just anybody, like clothes are clothes. And I just feel like you have an 1800s vibe, a very old vintage vibe, or something about that, but it's just not modern like. Or just your appearance, like your physical features have a very vintage vibe to you. If you dress modern, you know what I mean? You'll know which side you stand on, basically, because I'm getting two kind of messages. And it just makes people go back in time. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like old people even crush on you. Like you remind them of their like late wife. I feel like you have old people who come up to you and be like, "Oh my God, can I talk to you? You look like my late husband, my late wife, or my late partner that died, you know, and I just want to talk to you. Can I talk to you?" And yeah, I just feel like by the end of the conversation, they're feeling happy and they feel like, you know, they got a second chance to say their last goodbye or something. I can't explain it, but you bring lots of comfort, but I'm also hearing in my head solace. Solace. I don't know what that means. To an extent, yes, but no. So you might want to search that up. But you bring this kind of peace to people, but also solace as well. Doesn't solace like mean some kind of, it's either comfort or loneliness, or maybe both. I don't know. That's just how I'm picking up on the word. But yeah. And then with this card here that says metropolitan, I am getting that when you're just walking about anywhere, like you could be getting to your destination, right? Just walking around in town, and people almost kind of like stop and look at you. You may not notice it, but they do. Or, you know, they try to sneak glances, and when they do that, it's almost like if they're in a movie. You could be buying, you know, books or something. I'm thinking of that old Hocus Pocus movie. Just getting like very Halloween vibes, and you just have this very vintage vibe to you. It feels like they're in a movie when they look at you, and everything feels cozy and nice. Like they know that nothing bad is gonna happen. Almost like, I don't know, you make people think of crazy movies, but that always have a happy ending. Does that make any sense? And that's why people fall in love with you. Everything you do just reminds them of a movie of an old time, just basically not here on earth. You help people dissociate. Like your beauty is just out of this world, okay? Literally, because you're from a different time. Your beauty is from a different time. Very vintage, classic beauty, okay? Whether you're a man, woman, or, you know, whatever you identify as, it's very classic and vintage, okay? I just feel like some would even tell you that, you know, you look like a divine being, like a god or goddess, a divine being, basically, you know what I mean? And some people may even look at you and they think, oh my God, this person looks like a painting, or I've seen this person somewhere, and then they remember that, you know, they went to an art museum or something, and they realize, oh my God, their features reminded me of that one painting I saw, this person inside the painting. I just feel like you attract lots of poets, music people, or artists of some sort, creative people from, you know, all walks of life, who look at you and they're kind of like, oh my God, can I be your Romeo, and or like, can I be your Juliet, something like that. Like they would want to confess their love to you and die for you, that kind of energy. But you also attract those, like I said, those people who almost like want to be tortured by you or humiliated over and over. Those frenemy people, like, let me be your frenemy because I just crossed you and I know you're not gonna let me in your life. Or even if I try to be nice and own up to my mistakes, I don't know, I just feel like people have this sense of like, I was stupid, and I know that they were speaking facts, so now I'm too embarrassed to, you know, even own up to my shit. So I feel like when you attract those kind of people, it almost makes them feel like they have no chance with you, even if they find you attractive. So they're only left up to their imagination. This is why people fall in love with you, because they get stuck in this fantasy land. You make people get stuck in any kind of fantasy land, whether, you know, they on your good side or not. They've never even, you know, approached you. Like I said, you make people think of a movie scene, or like if they're in a movie, and then others, they just go into a fantasy land because they know they've offended you, or I feel like people just look at you like you're very out of reach, you're too good for them, you're out of the league, that kind of energy. They're kind of like, oh my God, I can't approach them. Like I feel like people would even tell their friends, like, they look like a fucking goddess or a god. Like, what the fuck am I doing trying to approach them? I look like I feel like you attract lots of book nerds because you have this knowledge to you, and then your beauty is just shocking. Like, how does that person look so good but then, you know, talk like that? So people do judge you when they meet you at first, and they're kind of like, oh my god, I didn't know that this beauty could also have brains. Yeah, I feel like some of these people who, you know, on the softer side and never offended you, never approached you, kind of fantasize of like protecting you. I don't know. I just heard like zombies in my head. So people fantasize about, you know, getting stuck out in the wilderness, or you know, getting stuck in a dystopian kind of world with you, and then having to protect you, and, you know, you relying on them because they have wilderness knowledge or something. I can't explain it, but yeah, people fall in love with you because basically it's all up in their imagination. You spark them to go into their creative mode, and also you inspire others as well. Not, they don't just fantasize. People get very inspired by you, to either do research or something, and then they find out that what you were seeing was actually true, and you know what you're speaking. I feel like some of you guys might be autistic, and people think you are dumb half the time, but I feel like some of you guys have a good memory for certain things. I can't explain it, but I'm hearing from spirit that that might be, you know, truth, that some of you guys are artistic. For some of you guys, you just have a good memory, is what spirit is saying. But that's what came in through. That's why people fall in love with you, because of your beauty and your brains. That's all I have for you. I don't have anything else, so yeah. That's it. I feel like you guys need to watch The Lion King, the movie The Lion King. For some reason spirit is telling me to tell you guys that, so go ahead and watch it, because there might be a message in there for you. Or I don't know, I just feel like you need to watch a childhood movie for comfort. And I hope that if, you know, if you're struggling with anything right now, that all your worries and problems just disappear. So I'm sending you some good energy, and I love you, and everything will be okay. I promise you that. Maybe learn about the law of assumption. I'm always spreading that, so I hope I don't annoy all of you guys, but I just want the best for everybody, and I just want to spread positivity. So yeah, but that's all I have for you. So I hope you have a good day, night, or afternoon. Bye bye, love. Hello, pile 2, welcome to your reading. All I gotta say is I'm so in love with your energy. Like, I just got the question, like, why wouldn't people fall in love with you? That's the question you should be asking, instead of why do people fall in love with you. I just feel like you're very loving, very attractive. We have Ryan Gosling here. My entire childhood, I heard that people crushed on Ryan Gosling and Brad Pitt. I didn't know who they were. And then when I got older and, you know, I could start searching up online, I was like, these men are old. Why do people crush on them? And then I looked at, you know, some of their younger photos, and I was like, oh, okay, like, okay, I get it. But I remember when I was at that age where, like, you know, when people just talk about old stars and stuff or stuff like that, that, you know, I don't know, Ryan Gosling isn't that old, but Brad Pitt, I feel like when he was more younger, and then, you know, more towards the other generation, or just someone older than me, you know, was talking about him, I would be like, Brad Pitt, like, really? As a kid, I just didn't understand, right? So I feel like people are really attracted to you, but how do I say, I feel like, let me pull out the rest of the cards so I can get what spirit is trying to tell me, because I feel like some of you guys are either, you look mature, or I don't know how to explain it, or I don't know if you have that, you know, beauty that, okay, how do I explain it? So I don't know if you've ever watched this movie, right? But there's this movie called Sandbox, or basically there's like a big dog, right? And then this young boy is scared, and his friends are, you know, they're going through their summer vacation, right? And there's this hot character, and I feel like you have that kind of beauty to you, where it's kind of like I don't know, you were young, like, when, I don't know, like, when you get old, people are gonna look back at your younger photos and be like, damn, they were hot. And even people in your generation will still find you hot, but then the younger generation, you know, they'll hear about you and they'll be like, so and so is hot. Like, what do you mean? Like, they're old. I can't have a crush on them, or I don't know, they won't vibe with you. But old people will still be like, oh my god, you don't look at them, like, since they were young they were the it person. I feel like that's how you are gonna be brought up in conversations in the future. For some reason, I just feel like your beauty is gonna be talked about, um like how I just mentioned. Okay. But people fall in love with you because maybe you might remind them of a movie star, or you just have a quality to you that radiates, I'm in the spotlight. Something about that. Some of you guys could be in the spotlight itself. You could be aspiring actors. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, or you know, you're just out there somehow. And I feel like some of you guys might be social media famous, where your socials are just always blowing up. I'm getting that, or it's just something like that, where you know, you're that it person in this generation and everyone's just talking about you, or you just have lots of fans is what I'm getting. I feel like some of you guys might have an OnlyFans. Okay. That's what I'm hearing in my head. I know that has to do with like, I don't know what it really is, but I just know people pay for it, and it's like maybe sexual things. Yeah, that's all I'm getting though. But I hear it through memes and stuff. Okay, so I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. What else am I getting? You remind people of like the old times. I feel like, you know, those vintage movies. I'm thinking of Charlie Chaplin as well. Something about you just has like, I'm in the movies and everyone loves me, and they'll always talk about me, even, you know, if I'm gone. Like, I just don't know. If you're aspiring to be an actor, an actress, or, you know, be in the public eye, or if you're already in the public eye, people are going to talk about you in the future, like when you're even gone. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Your beauty is just, oh my god, people just can't stop talking about you. Some people don't even understand, or they look at you and they're kind of like, they're nothing but a pretty face, and this is why, you know, they're rich, or they're famous, or they're getting their success. That's how people look at you. But people who, you know, fall in love with you, I feel like they start by, you know, stalking you, like being, how can this person be so famous? You know, it's just their face. They start realizing that you actually have a good personality. You're actually, you know, not just a pretty face. That's what I'm getting. The people who, you know, stick around and, you know, stalk you to just be mean ended up falling in love with you. It's almost like, I don't know. Some people, you know how they have a resting bitch face, and then people get close to those kind of people, and then they're kind of like, oh my god, you know, like, I thought you were gonna be a bitch and now we're best friends. And then with you, it's kind of like, I thought you were just beautiful, and you know, that you leached off people, but it turns out you're actually a good down-to-earth person, and you know, you're more than just a pretty face. That's what I'm getting. People are so judgmental, and then they end up falling for you very hard. Like, they fall on their asses, what Spirit is saying, and they can't, you know, help but want to take all the negative thoughts that they once had of you and just, like, you know, eat them up and be like, oh my god, I hope so and so never finds out that, you know, I was once their hater, or that I was once, you know, talking shit about them behind their back, something like that. You might not even have social media or something like that, but it could just also be that you're just popular in your friend group. Okay, something about you radiates a star quality, and you always have people talking about you. It's just buzzing, 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 buzzing. I don't know why I'm thinking of the Fast and Furious movie. Maybe this picture is reminding me of that, this Ryan Gosling picture, for some reason, because it's, you know, it looks like a car going really fast. Gosling. Anyway, yeah. Some of these maybe could be foreign because I couldn't pronounce his name. Ryan Gosling. You know what I mean? And I feel like some of you guys are foreign. And people are jealous of you because you could have these very unique features to you, and you know, you end up being this down-to-earth person, and then they realize that, you know, they were just projecting on you. That, you know, you never consider yourself like the it person, or sometimes you look at yourself and you're kind of like, why do I get all this attention, or like, why, you know? And it's just because people put you as they put you on a pedestal because of, you know, your appearance. And I feel like some of these people are superficial, while others, you know, who are get closer to you, like, oh my god, they totally deserve it, while others are just putting you on there because of your appearance, you know? And it's sad to say that, but I feel like that's why people fall in love with you, your appearance first and then your personality. I'm also thinking of Rose, from, you know, the Golden Girls. There was a movie scene where she was heading back home and she was kind of on this little cart kind of thing, like this girl right here. She was going back to her hometown. So I feel like you have this, like I said, this dark quality to you, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like people look at you as this dumb little pretty thing. And you know, Rose was more than that on the show. Although she, you know, she did come across as dumb, she had a big heart. So I feel like you're like that. Once people find out that you have a beautiful heart, they're kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe so and so left our town and now I don't have a chance with them. Or, you know, if you no longer live in a specific place that you once did, that maybe you grew up where you grew up or something like that, I feel like people, you know, look at you now, maybe on your socials or something like that. Like I said, you don't have to be famous, but some people could still be stalking you, or, you know, asking friends about you, and then, you know, they find your social, and then I'm getting that they look at you and they're kind of like, oh my god, so and so, you know, like glowed up or something, or they're actually very, you know, nice. Or I just feel like people stalk you and fall in love with you because of the fact that, you know, if maybe you're in school, or just something about how people just secretly stalk your social media, and you could post a caption that's really meaningful, poetic or something, and then they're kind of like, oh my god, what other posts do they have? Like everything they caption, you know, all their captions are good. They keep looking, and then they realize, oh my god, I think I'm developing a crush. They keep coming back for more. They follow you, and then after that, you know, they could even follow you off a friend's account or a fake account, something like that. Like they'll tell their friends, you know, follow them for me. Like I have a crush on them now, and I just feel like people stalk you. And this is how they end up falling in love with you, okay? This is kind of giving the same energy from pile 1, I feel like. Or I don't know why, I'm just reminded of pile 1 right now. If you felt called to it, go ahead and watch that. But I truly am feeling like, you might even attract people who just want you for appearance, because I'm getting like friends with benefits, and that's angering me because, I don't know, I feel like you deserve better, to be treated better. Not just, you know, focused only on your appearance. But yeah, damn, I heard friends with benefits in my head. So yeah, some people, you know, fall in love with you maybe because you did give them a chance, like, you know, just being friends with benefits. You know, you're okay with just like being like, okay, friends with benefits, and that's it. But then I feel like for some of you guys, you know, you're not into that. That's what spirit is saying. And you never given them a chance. So people come to realize that you're not just this pretty stupid little face, you know what I mean? You're more than that. You have your healthy boundaries and stuff. And that's what people fall in love with you. They get obsessed with the fact that you not only, you know, are a pretty face, pure-hearted person, but you're a beautiful soul. You I don't know, you just don't settle for less. You don't go looking around for, you know, just anybody. I feel like you have, okay, so personally, when, you know, when people try to approach me and then, you know, they're being overly sexual, and they'll be like, why don't you give me a chance? It's just like, I could have sex with anybody, you know, like, you need to feed my soul. That's how I view love, right? I feel like you maybe have the same thoughts where you're kind of like, yeah, I could have sex with anybody. You need to fucking feed my soul, treat me right. You don't care about the physical, right? So people start tapping into your personality, and then they're kind of like, oh my fucking god, like, they're so out of my league. Not only are they pretty, but I can't even talk shit about them behind their back, or, you know, all the shit I was talking in the past, you know, it's irrelevant, and people close to them will definitely, you know, defend them if I try to, you know, spread a rumor, and because they didn't give me a chance. I just feel like people are petty and nasty, right, towards you, and it's because they're so in love with you and they want a chance with you. They want to bring you down and kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like they want to make you feel like a clown and sad, and then while you're crying, they'll be like, oh my god, why are you crying? You know, I'll be here, I'll protect you. It's almost like they want to put you down so that they could feel like they have a chance with you. That is disgusting, but that's what I'm getting. Yeah. Damn, this is very heavy. Pile 2, this is very heavy, and I'm very sad, angry, very confused with this pile. Like, damn. I truly feel though that people fall in love with you though because of your pure heart. So you definitely have knights that are willing to protect you, or, you know, you have your warriors, your female warriors, or, you know, just warriors in general, ready to protect you, okay? And yeah, I'm just getting that, okay? that people fall in love with you because, you know, they end up just looking at you either as a pretty face, and then, you know, they get to know you, or they talk shit about you. They start stalking you, like, I need to hate on them. I need to bring them down. And then they realize, oh my God, I'm a clown. So yeah, like, you get people obsessed with you because there's nothing that, you know, can, you know, make them hate you. That's why people fall in love with you. But I feel like instead of falling in love, not only do they fall in love, but they get obsessed to a point where they think that, oh my God, this is my soulmate. And, you know, I feel like you spark good change in people. So the people start thinking like, I fell in love with them because they're meant to be mine. They feel so possessive over you. Like, I feel like lots of people stalk you, okay? I'm just getting that, okay? So that's all I have for you. This was very chaotic, so I hope it made sense. And I hope, you know, I didn't confuse any of you guys, because I was just jumping here and there, and like, it was just weird, okay? But I hope my speech was clear. And that's it. That's all I have for you. So I hope you have a lovely day, night, or afternoon. Bye-bye, love. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. All right, so I feel very, you know, spaced out, or almost like I could think clearly, but it feels like there's background music playing in my head. So I feel like you have a very siren energy to you, where, I don't know. You know how there's, you know, tales about how women, well, these sirens would, you know, call out these sailors with their music, and, you know, because they were beautiful, these sirens were walking down. So they were aware that they were walking towards a siren. But the music was the one that keeping them more in a trance, because obviously a human would recognize that they're gonna walk into water and then probably drown if they continue walking, right? So it's almost like they know they're walking into your life, but then, you know, like, they don't know what's gonna happen after that. I feel like your love is intoxicating to others. You know, not just you're a toxic person, but it's like that, where people can't think clearly. Like, if you ask them out, people will be like, yes, 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 yes. Almost like if you're asking them to be, you know, your wife or your husband, like, people just, I don't know, you could ask them out like on a date, a simple date. You're not even asking like, will you be my girlfriend, my boyfriend, will you be my partner, you know, like, let's start dating. None of that. You're just asking for one simple date, and people will be like, yes, 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 but yes. Like, if they're getting married to you, they start saying long life, you know, term with you. I feel like lots of people are, you know, very attracted to your appearance. And they would most likely, you know, I don't know, it's almost like your beauty attracts them. Your voice does as well, because I feel like you have a very melodic, beautiful voice. So that's why people fall in love with you. I feel like friends have crushes on you, or like exes still stalk you, and they're kind of like, wait, why did we end up breaking up? And it could be as something as you broke up with them because, you know, they were just being superficial, just, you know, caring about your appearance. Or I don't know, I feel like you had partners who controlled your appearance, kind of like told you things like, oh, you can't have long hair, or you should have short hair, something about that. And you're kind of like, yo, if you're just with me for my appearance, like, let's just break up. And, you know, they were kind of shocked, and they still stalk you, if you know, if you're dating, or, you know, something about that. Like, you go out with someone new, and then they're still stalking, like, why did we break up? Like, I was so perfect for them, and they were perfect for me, you know. So I feel like some people, you know, how do I say, they look at you as this very beautiful prize, in a sense. You are, by the way, but I feel like they look at you in a more superficial way, okay? Like, it's more superficial. They don't look at your beautiful, you know, precious heart and stuff like that. And I am getting that when these exes, you know, are thinking like, why did so-and-so leave me? Like, we were perfect for each other. I thought, you know, I don't know. They just consider you to be shallow or very physical appearance, because most people feel very inferior to you because you look like a model, I'm getting in my head. And I feel like you might not view yourself like that, but other people look at you like a model, and exes will be like, oh my God, they look like a model and I didn't, so, you know, that's why they wanted better. I feel like people who date you end up, you know, looking like very attractive as well, and almost like a model, but you just, you know, either, I feel like you may have colored eyes or a unique feature to you, and they feel inferior to you basically because of that. And they'll look at themselves and be like, oh my God, they're a model, and this is why they dumped me. they're so shallow, they only cared about my appearance, but in reality you dumped them because that's what they were only caring about. So I feel like people fall in love with you because of your appearance, but then they end up getting obsessed and, you know, intoxicated and so in love with you because of the fact that, you know, your love is actually good. And I don't know, I feel like you're very giving and you give people chances, and you're kind of like, I'm not just, you know, with you for your appearance, but I feel like, you know, you set healthy boundaries and you're not afraid to be like, yo, I just feel like you're treating me like a pretty thing and that's it. Or like you're just treating me like a doll, basically. I feel like some of you guys feel like puppets sometimes when you date people, and I don't know, I feel like most people make you feel anxious in love, because they do not focus on you or even listen to you when you're talking. I feel like they get so caught up in how seductive you sound rather than, you know, how, you know, what you're saying, what you're talking about. Like right now, my hair, I have like thickish kind of hair, and I removed my, you know, my hair out of my way and put it behind my ear, and now I can hear myself clearly. So I truly feel like people do that to you where like I said, they do not listen. So overall, I'm just getting that people fall in love with you for your appearance, right? I keep repeating that, so sorry, but yeah, it's like that. You're very intoxicating. Your energy is very intoxicating, and people plan like, oh my god, how many kids am I gonna have with them? Or when they secure you as a boyfriend or girlfriend, they're kind of like, oh my god, now I can actually start planning, you know, further, like how many kids I want. Like I already planned, you know, that I want a boy or a girl with him, or I don't know. I just feel like they look at you as this very divine being, and they're kind of like, I know that if I plan that I want you know, a girl with them, then it's gonna happen because they're good luck. I just feel like you attract very weird, obsessive people, and yeah, and um, it's not just your appearance I'm getting as well. I heard like it's your character, your mannerisms. Um, how do I explain this? You are like, you know how I say, very soft, very nice. But you could come off as bold or play girl, play boy, you know, like a fuck boy, fuck girl, in a sense. I'm getting because I don't know, maybe when you flirt with someone for the first time, when you're approaching them, you could have come off as, you know, very seductive, very sexual, or something about the way you flirt. It just seems like you want to get them in your bed fast and quick, but you're kind of like, no, like, I can't explain it. You're kind of like, I can't explain it. It's just like, when you flirt with people, people think like you're either trying to get them in bed and that's it, or, um, people start thinking like, oh my god, this person wants to impregnate me, something about that, okay? Or like they want, you know, kids with me, and that's what they start thinking that. But something about your energy is like a siren. Like I said, people start hallucinating, start thinking what they want to think, and you know, you could just be wanting to have a good time and that's it, and you're trying to make it clear by how you speak. And then there's other times when you flirt and you're soft and you're kind of like, oh my god, I need to handle this person like this, or I don't know, I just feel like you're good with people, and you know like who not to mess with, or like you know who's down to mess with. I feel like it's not in a fucked up way where you manipulate people. It's just more of like, oh, like this person, you know, maybe, you know, like I could feel their energy being open and receptive to, you know, this kind of energy I'll be giving them. You know what I mean? So it's not any rude or bad energy, I feel like. And even when you flirt very sexual or confident or seductive, I am getting that you have your manners. Does that make any sense? I can't explain it. I wouldn't even know because I don't know how to flirt. I can't, you know, come up with an example. But I am feeling like you might say something like, you know, you have a banging body or something like that. Like, you have a banging body. Like, I wonder how much time you spend on yourself. Like, how much time would you spend on me? Or I don't know. I just can't explain it. But I feel like you're smooth with how you talk, okay? And I don't even know what I said actually made sense or if it sounded flirtatious, but I feel like people fall in love with you because you make them shy, you make them, you know, hallucinate and fantasize. Yeah, that's the energy. Okay, yeah, you make them fantasize, and yeah, your, not only is your appearance, you know, very attractive, and it helps them fantasize, you know, in their head, like, oh my god, a beautiful being is, you know, up in my face, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, you, not only is your voice melodic, but just your whole vibe, your energy, it's almost like people can see your pure heart, but they just like to, I don't know, they like to I don't know. They like to make you as the bad person, okay? That's what I'm getting in my head. Because, you know, I mentioned earlier, they see you as a shallow being if you break up with them, and then, you know, they start pointing fingers at you, when in reality, you were just trying to keep yourself safe, or, you know, protecting your mental health, right? And, you know, you're kind of like, I'm worth more than this, right? And I truly feel like people fall in love with you because of your energy, right? And then they fall in love with you because of the way you articulate things, the way you talk to people just drowns them even more, because your energy is kind of like a siren, and then you talking drowns the whole music that's going on with your energy, and it just pulls them in. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm also thinking of like a queen, like right now. People get high off of you. You're like a drug, okay? Because your energy was, it made me go very high, very nervous. And then, you know, like it made me go high again. And then I got so shy. And then right now it's almost like I dropped. I feel like you're a drug to people, okay? That's what I'm getting. I've never experienced drugs, but, you know, I have medicated because of the doctor. And I'm feeling like that, you know, when you get off a drug, you're kind of like, oh my god, I feel sleepy now, or like, damn, the drugs really were affecting me. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're like a drug. You're very much like a drug. But I'm getting like a queen in my head. I don't know if this is a queen, Elizabeth. I don't know if she was, you know, the one that was a virgin and never wanted to get with anybody, and, you know, beheaded people, was cruel, or I don't know. I do not know. I don't know my history like that, but I'm just getting that kind of imagery from spirit. People look at you as cold-hearted at times, and they fall in love with you because they want to paint you however they want. Does that make any sense? And I don't know. It's almost like you scream off very dominant vibes, but I'm just getting two energies. Like, you know, if you're into girls, I am getting that girls, you know, fantasize about like a, or whatever they're into, right? I can't explain this, but we're saying that, you know, your partner's fantasize, you know, either you being very dominant, or some other fantasize being that you very romantic, something like that, okay? I'm getting, and they'll want to paint you however, and then like if you're not that, they're kind of like, I'm angry. So the reason why people fall in love with you is because of your energy, basically, and the fact that your energy just is like a mushroom, like an Alice in Wonderland kind of mushroom, where it just makes them go into a sleepy state, and you pull them out, and then they get off the drug that they were once on, and they're kind of like, oh my god, no, like, what the fuck, I need to go back, I need to go back. I still remember a scene from Alice in Wonderland where Alice was, you know, talking to Mad Hatter, and she goes, can I come back? And then Mad Hatter said something about like, I don't know, that's the last of the drink or something, you know what I mean? And she was able to come back because there was a second movie, obviously. Well, I don't know if some of you guys know that, so sorry. But there was a second movie, right? And she was able to come back. And I am getting that you are very giving, to the point that, you know, you might take exes back or stuff like that, and they like painting you as, you know, however they want. So people fall in love with you because not only are you good looking, but I feel like people love the fact that maybe they could manipulate you in a sense as well, as what I'm getting. So be careful about that, okay? Yeah. It's almost like they could blame you because you're good looking, and people would just look at you like, oh my god, this person, you know, is a womanizer, or a manizer. I don't know. They you know, they're just into like sleeping with whoever and doing, you know, dating as many, like, I can't explain it. But your energy is very intoxicating. Yeah, I'm gonna just shut up now, okay? Because I feel like I've been repeating myself. But I just feel like your energy is very, it's very confusing. Like when it's like Alice in Wonderland. It's one main topic. Like your energy is just one main topic, and people are trying to figure you out like a puzzle half the time while they're in your energy. Um, yeah, like they're kind of like constantly questioning, like, am I gonna die in their waters? um, yeah, that's what I'm getting. So that's it though. That's all I have. That's why people fall in love with you. Um, I hope it was clear. And that's it. That's all I have. So I hope you have a good day, night, or afternoon. Bye bye, love. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. I just feel very stiff right now, or I can't explain it. But let's just get started with your reading. Let's find out why I feel so stiff. I feel like this is your energy for some reason. Okay, I'm thinking of Japanese cherry blossoms. Because of this scenery here in the card, you know. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but this scenery right here. I'm just thinking of that. But I also heard Lonely Whale. So there's a song by BTS, Bangtansonyondan, and it's Waylin. WHALIEN, Waylin. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's called Waylin 52 by BTS. So you might want to listen to that song, but I feel like Spirit's saying that some of you guys just feel like a lonely whale or like a loner. But anyway, the reason why, okay, that was so random, me telling you guys that you feel that way. I swear there's a reason why Spirit made me mention that. But the reason why people fall in love with you is, I feel like you're like a friend to some people, or I can't explain it. People see a lover and a friend within you. You might, I don't know if, you know, I feel like if, you know, you identify more on the mask side, I feel like people want you to ask them out, but you're very shy, and, you know, maybe, you know, you just got treated as a friend your entire life. But then there's, you know, those good people who, you know, not only care about, who don't care about physical appearance, right? And want to ask you out. But, not that you're not attractive, by the way, but I'm just getting that people looked at you, I don't know, I just feel like you were bullied, or just like, no, like, I just want to treat you as a friend. You know what I mean? I don't want to, like, give you any flashbacks or anything like that. I don't want to trigger any of you guys. But I just feel like people treated you as, like, you're less than, and, you know, you should know your place. You know, that kind of energy. And, yeah, it makes me sad. But I am getting that people fall in love with you because you have a great personality, and hi, but this, people look at you as a savior, okay? As a savior. I'm reminded of that one song by, what's his name? Trainwreck by, is it James Arthur? I don't know. James Arthur. English is so fucking weird, y'all. Anyway, James Arthur, Trainwreck, okay? And I am feeling like that one part, I'm a God, I'm a savior, should I pray to a God? Something like that. I feel like people pray, you know, for the perfect partner, and then they just end up focusing on physical appearance. They, you know, get their heart broken, and you're that friend that, you know, is still in their life. And they're kind of like, oh my God, have I been praying for, like, someone, and, you know, I gave a stupid person a chance when all along so and so was right in front of me. So I feel like I'm getting that one song by Taylor Swift. I'm trying so bad not to sing so recklessly, but your energy is just very goofy and makes me want to laugh and just be playful. So I'll try to sing this, or try to at least say the lyrics clearly. But it's that one song by Taylor Swift, you know, that one song. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, so why can't you see you belong? it's kind of like that, where people look at you like, if you know, if you're that friend that has a secret crush on them, like, you've been crushing on me forever, but in reality you might not even be crushing on, you know, it's impossible to be crushing on all of your friends, right? Well, I don't think it's impossible, but you know what I mean. I feel like you don't even, I don't know, you don't even crush on certain friends. You may have like one friend that you really like, because I feel like your energy is very loyal and you just pay attention to one person, right? And I am getting that, you know, you may have a crush on someone, but then all your friends, you know, every time they get their heart broken, they'll look at you like, oh my God, I have a crush on you, but I'm too afraid to ask you out because I'm too afraid to lose you as a friend, or I don't know if you like me or if you're just being nice. You get people thinking like, will they like me or not? That's the energy I'm getting. And the reason people fall in love with you is because, you know, they once thought like, I could, you know, just keep them as a friend and that's it. But your personality calls them in, and then they start, you know, romanticizing everything. They start looking at your features and they're kind of like, wait a minute, why didn't I ever notice that, you know, they had such beautiful eyes or such a beautiful nose, such beautiful lips? Like, everything about them is suddenly, you know, becoming so holy and so beautiful before me and in front of my eyes. And you know, like, when did this happen? You know, when I was talking about the cherry blossoms, I feel like, you know, the old dies out, autumn comes and then spring comes and you're standing there still, you know, you didn't, you know, get washed out when fall came, when winter, you know, when winter was here, you're still standing in spring, basically, is what I'm getting. And I truly feel like people fall in love with you because you make them feel like there's a second chance in love, or like everything is gonna be okay. Um, you're no drama queen either. Like, I just feel like you're no drama. You like a peaceful life. Um, this is kind of reminding me of, you know, just someone being, you know, I don't know, like, you may have a job that you may not even like, but people look at you and they're kind of like, oh my God, even their job that they do is so cute. Or like, I would want to get a similar job with them just to spend my entire day with them. You could look at your job as not important, but trust me when I say everyone's job is important, okay? So don't think with that, you know, you're like, oh my God, I have a lesser job or nothing like that. I just feel like people get paid so low, and that's why people feel like their job isn't important these days, and that's just sad, you know? Well, at least in America. And I can't speak for other countries, okay? But you know what I mean? And I am getting that people really fantasize about wanting to spend time with you 24/7. I feel like people get clingy with you. You get them obsessed because, I don't know, it's almost like you enter people's lives when they leave. My stomach is growling. I have not ate breakfast, so sorry if you guys are hearing that. It's like but anyway, I am getting you enter a point in their lives when you're, I don't know, it's like least expected. Almost like they're living in a toxic household, right? Like, let's say they're living in a toxic household and this is just them being stuck with a toxic partner, right? You enter the life and you're kind of like, oh my God, hello friend, I'm back from vacation. And then you enter and you're kind of like, you've been letting this abuse go on. Something about that, like you entering their life and then them wanting to keep you in their house, like, you're my safety, you saved me, you saw what was going on, something like that. I feel like you inspire your friends to start loving this house more or having more boundaries, something like that. You enter your friend's life. I feel like you have lots of friends, you're very social, and people start crushing on you because of that. If, you know, you grew up thinking like, oh my God, no one's ever gonna like me, your personality, baby, is attracting lots. That's what, you know, I feel like it's a blessing for you because people who, you know, how to explain, who focus so much on the superficial sometimes end up with shitty people because they're shitty people themselves. They're just so worried about their physical appearance, right? Or other people's physical appearance, and that's why they end up with shitty ass personalities, in my opinion, okay? And I feel like you have a pure, you know, I feel like you're very attractive, but people don't see that right away. You know, you're a deep, beautiful soul, right? And when people come to that realization, that's when, you know, the fantasizing starts about like, oh my God, pretty eyes, pretty everything, right? And I truly feel like, yeah, when they start coming to that realization, they want to cling on to you and they obsess over you. I feel like people do more than just falling in love with you, all right? I lost my train of thought for a second. You make people just forget about time, like if time doesn't exist, I feel like. Yeah, you make people forget about time. You make people feel safe as well. It's not, your energy is not very domineering, but it's a very soft, gentle, domineering energy where, you know, you might look like a very quiet soul, but then you're kind of like, you can't talk to my friend like that, or you can't do this, or that's so rude. Something about, if you're like a man, most women, who don't really know you, they'll look at your appearance and they'll be like, oh my God, like such a pervert, a loner, a loser right away, and then you actually end up, being very soft as a woman, protecting them. And, if you ever see a woman, feeling alone that night, I feel like, or the type who's like, hey, do you want this light to walk at night? Like, I don't want to scare you, but you look a little scared, and I just want to make you feel safe. You might share a light, or like, do you need me to, give you this light so you can walk home? Like, I feel like if these days now, if you tell a woman, like, let me walk you home, they're gonna be like, oh no, they're just stalker, right? So I feel like you just offer a light or something like that. Something about you comforting women because you know what they've been through, the experiences. And then if you're a woman, I feel like you understand how some men, are abused, or that they can cry. And something about that, like, once people start realizing that, they're kind of like, oh my God, I'd never have to suffer with this person because, they know what happens with my gender and the struggles I go through with my gender. There's a balance brought in their mind, peace brought in their mind whenever they're around you. They know that you're a beautiful soul, and that's what makes people fall in love with you, because they never feel bad around you. Never ever feel bad around you. They feel like they're gonna be okay around you, and yeah, like I just said, you make people feel comforted. If they had bad experiences with the opposite gender, and you're the opposite gender, I am getting that. Or if you're in the LGBT community, you just shed those old beliefs that they once had with someone, right? Or with a partner, or with just people in general, you know what I mean? And I'm just getting that you just bring so much peace, and that's why people fall in love with you. But like I said, they don't just fall in love, they get obsessed. Obsessed. That's all I have for you, though. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely day, night, or afternoon. Bye bye, love.